Hello, welcome back to the next episode of Sims where I'm your host LPO Tree. Today we're going to play with Eludia again. I mean, my argument is this is the worst LDnat5 in the game. This is the only one I have too, so it doesn't say too much because it's the only one I ever tried. However, these are the lowest stats, possible. Basically, for all LDnat5s, lowest HP, lowest defense, lowest speed. It does have the highest attack. I don't know what Jara is actually. However, highest attack, but then you nerf the damage on the third skill. So, for the most part, that's why every stat is basically lower in that sense. But these are my stats I have right now. 61% accuracy. Basically, you want the armor break, you want the strip, and your damage isn't going to be there anyway. In fact, the damage was so bad before, I actually switched these to Despair before the bounce patch. So I went Focus, Rage, Speed, Attack, for damage. I have an Accuracy third skill. And this is just for that, basically. For the skills, everything really relies on this third skill. Now, Eludia is one of those characters that is pretty confused. It does a whole lot of everything, but nothing very well. It's too slow to be a good stripper. Because it's only one turn defense break, it's not very good at being your defense breaker either. Not like Panda, not like Galleon, not like... basically anything else that has 2-turn defense break. So the only other unit that has a 1-turn AoE defense break is the Brownie Magicians. Gemini, Orion, and I don't know if there's any more. And really, you compare this to Gemini because Gemini basically does everything this does more reliably and more often. Gemini has this exact ability with the passive and its second skill. The second skill for Gemini is an AoE strip and a 1-turn defense break. On a 3-turn cooldown, this is already 4 turns. And then to make it worse, Gemini also has a first skill that turn cycles. So you get that AoE armor break with strip basically every turn if you can, or every other turn. This thing you have to wait 4 turns. So basically after you use this, you're pretty much useless. The second skill is the orb attack. It's not the Novas. Novas are the ones that Perna, Jara, and Teshar have. Those are the huge nuke ones. Those can one-shot something with just an armor break. This thing is the one that Sigmaris has, which is great for bosses, but against another unit, the damage isn't there. And for the most part, you're just here for the crit hit stun. Sigmaris is a freeze instead of a stun, but it's the same thing. You don't really bring Sigmaris in the same thing, even though you would, because AoE attack break and freeze on your third skill, and then stuns on your first and second skill. You would think people bring Sigmaris, but they already know Sigmaris isn't that great. Second skill doesn't really do damage, and basically this is the same way. So this also does somewhat damage, but for the most part it's your 48 chance to stun. To make it worse, Dungeon Leader Skill Defense. So, lowest defense of all LDnat5s. It's actually the second lowest defense to Perna of all the Nat5s. And I don't know how it goes with the 4 stars and whatever, but second lowest Nat5 defense. And you give it a Dungeon Leader Skill Defense. That makes no sense. At least with Rahul, the other 94 speed stripper counterpart, Rahul has an attack dungeon leader skill is now useful. You can use that in Steel Fortress. But this, having any defense with the dungeon thing is not too helpful. Especially when you're basically fragile as can be. You can probably die to a fart, and the stats are just too low. To make it worse, awakens into resistance. So you can probably resist the smell, but you still die to the force of the fart. So if it went to I mean, obviously the ones that would affect it the most would be accuracy or crit rate. But, I mean, one of the other arguments of why this is one of the worst LDnat5s in the game is because you need everything. You need every stat. Because you're the lowest in 3 of the categories of all LDnat5s, and probably all the regular nat5s also, you just have to keep adding the stats, and having percentage stats does not give you as much percentage stats as some other monster. Then you need the crit rate, then you need the damage, and you need the accuracy. Because the accuracy, the whole point is to land that arm break. This is going to be arm breaker, you need to land it. And we all know that even with 100% accuracy on Galleon, it's still derp central. So any argument on any other nat5 that's worse than this one, please write that in the comment. And then compare the stats of your LDnat5 you just mentioned. And then compare the other 2 skills. Because basically this is the only thing that this has going for it, and it's not that great. But we'll make it work. So this is not even a standard defense, but we'll try it. I mean, pretty much you can just Lucian it. Which we can try. So I'm going to slow Lucian it, or we'll punk bake it. Just to show what it does. So their arena defense is actually pretty bad. There's no stripper, there's no nothing. You can just Lucian that. You don't really pick defense type monsters. However, they might beat me because I'm basically worse at LDnat5. So here we go. I'm going to pause it. So I missed resistance. I have, what, 60 something accuracy plus another 17, so it's almost 80% accuracy. I missed a strip. I landed all our armor breaks. I missed 2 crits. So my 70% crit rate wasn't there either. I mean, obviously if I awaken in the crit rate, it wouldn't be so much a problem, but when you're trying to get every stat you can, it's really hard. And that was a 13% or 13,000 crit. So your first test is what's the kill ability. It's super low. I mean, basically you could have just Lucian it. This is at 13,000. This should have died to a Lucian. And luckily they were even slower because they should have actually cut and cleansed. And so the follow-up, I guess, is a stun. I guess a kill. Can you strip that? Come on. Next. So something like this, I'll probably get outsped. So we probably can't use this. I might swap this slow, basically it's just there to die. Or bring a Leo. I should be fast enough to get my Wusa going and protect my team. So arguably this is probably one of those teams that you actually go super slow with. Like you just have a bunch load of shield runes and hopefully you protect yourself so that when it's time to go I can just, you know, 2-turn cleave everything. Even though the HP everything is so slow or so bad, that's probably one of your better chances. Alright, can I strip? Full strip, full crit. So 20,000 to 26,000. So, I mean, once again, it's still less than Lucian. Except, obviously, you know, doing 26,000 on this thing is better than probably what the Lucian could do. I guess my Samoth was even slower than I thought. But basically, you might as well Lucian. So the same kind of thing. I think Amdawat is pretty bad also, but people like it. See, I mean, what was Amdawat supposed to do? I mean, because of the will up, it's completely useless. Resisted. I mean, these 100% resistance Pernas are remarkable, actually. But the rest of my crit and got the arm break, 28,000, 21,000. Which is okay, but, I mean, look, everything's still alive. They already have 3 defense breaks, or there's only 1 defense break left. That's why Punk Bake was kind of decent. And did 5,000 to Perna. And really, there's a good chance that this retouch could solo me. It should have healed, actually. If it wasn't so dumb. Which one's this one? We're gonna bring Leo. And probably this guy. I also think Wadam, he's pretty much a one-trick thing also. Just like Amduat, these 2 skills are pretty useless. He's just there to be a passive and be annoying. Just my opinion, though. Who do you think is the fastest? This thing? Or that thing? If you didn't know, slow doesn't work on Leo because it makes everything else slow. So, AoE nuke. AoE nuke. At 29,000. So still not as good as Lucian. I mean, I don't know what you would do with this, really. One more wing. Should be higher now. So, best whatever this is. What's a Lucian? Okay, we're gonna Lucian, just a comparison. This is more of a fast Lucian I use to clear waves in giants and whatever. Even though they have a molly, most people Lucian the mollies anyway. Because it's so much RNG, but it's only 20%. Sleep? Alright. Lucian damage? Damn it, missed. Look like 8,000s. And this thing should have buffed, so I don't know why it was so like that. Obviously this is not really a good defense. So there's your 10k nuke on your second skill. That's pretty bad. Alright, let's try to bring him into Guild Wars, see if we can find some people to fight. There's any more buffs on? I guess like this. Dark Bison? So I used to bring him to this team, but that don't work anymore. We'll try it though. What else can I fight? Fire Ryu. So this was the team, it was almost 100%, it was like 95% win rate, depending on if this guy procs like 3 times and kills the galleon. This top one, I don't know, I'll just do my counter panda team. Oh, they stripped my... No, I wasn't paying attention. Oh well. Didn't realize you stripped my armor break. Violent. Extra violent. More towards the annoying side. Remember, these two I'm violent too, so can I get something? Yeah, proc. So So this one is basically that second turn cleave I was talking about, where you let them go, and then technically I could Galleon. Before Galleon was to land a more reliable armor break, even though now this one does. And this was always the argument. That I should buff here, because Bastet might do her skill. Now the big question is, this used to be able to kill at least one of them. It was never able to kill more than one. Because usually these are tanky, super HP, and then you have the shields. So I have to strip everything, then do nuke damage, but you're only doing like, 25,000. Wow, really, truck? It only does like 25,000, and most of these are going to be like 40,000. See? And I didn't crit the one that you need to crit. If I awaken the crit rate, no problem. 70% chance to crit, did not crit. And so now, where's my follow-up? And attack this instead. So now this thing might be dead. Because I think Kamoon's gonna attack this also. I need a stun. Or kill. Stun. As far as it crit twice. Oh, nice. I am surprised that worked. Let's go fight one of these. What the hell is this top one? I feel like bombing it, actually. Alright, we're gonna screw around. I think you're speed tuned, right? 99, 111 is 210. Do I think any of that's faster than me? Do I think anything is going to be on will? I don't think so. Let's put Jolton on triple will. See, no will. Really? Alright, let's see what happens. I know attack buff, so. And remember, these have changed to crushing hits. So third skill is a crushing hit, so it doesn't trigger the Jolton's thing. Because Jolton is only if you crit. So I'll take punishment there, but he died. Alright. Now what? This is pretty much useless. Because I'm not going to be able to stun, he's going to counter it anyway. So let's just try first skill stun. Nope, but he's weak. The hell? Alright. Wanted him to use his skill, the defense one. So now the interesting thing about Eludia into the Wind Panda is I will remove the bus first before I actually hit it. Therefore, the panda won't counter, assuming I do strip. And I have like an 80% chance to strip, so let's try it. So crit, stripped all of it. The panda will not counter. See? And in that sense, it's kind of cool. Kill? Nice. No. Like I said, there's no follow-up. So now this panda could potentially solo me. Could've. Let's go fight that bison. What the hell do you do if you get attacked? What's the second team? This is the speed one, right? So let's Leo it, I mean, basically. Do you try to outspeed it? I mean, oh, it actually doesn't make any sense. So let's just bring some annoying toxic monsters against it. For this top team, almost want the panda up there. But I need kill potential, so probably panda would probably be the better choice. I mean, this one, I mean, could be anything. I mean, let's just be toxic. Alright. And they had nothing. Sleep. I mean, why are they so slow? Because I want to strip all that crap. Alright, whatever. I see him get attack bar. Really? Strip my will? Alright. Strip! 15k, 15k. He didn't do his counter whatever thing was. That's kind of weird. And he's my only option attack. Counter. Yeah, what was he supposed to do? I don't know what he's supposed to do. Can't even crit. Arm break. Crit. So this is what I was talking about before. This is a high max HP unit. It means high defense also. But I mean, Perna would still do 30k damage. I don't know how much this would do. 22. But I got the stun. So that's really more what it's for. But like any other unit with an arm break, like something else, even the Panda. Panda didn't crit, but that's 15k with just that. For defense unit. So that second skill damage is not as great as you would think. At least I won them all. Now this one's an interesting one. Let's slow this thing down. Because now I can't strip. Really? Pounce. I mean, what? There's no point. So, not too bad. Basically that full counter to whatever they tried to do. But you don't want all of them. So, in general, Eludia needs a lot more love from Contours. I mean, this was what, the third LDnat5 in the game. So on the release, 3 LDnat5s, Valkyries, Dragons, and Pernas, the first 3. This only's been buffed twice in 6-7 years. I mean, they just gotta keep buffing it. It's just total garbage. I mean, basically, where are you gonna bring this? It's too weak for dungeons, especially the 12s. It's too weak for dimensional holes. Too weak for... I mean, technically you use TOA because they aren't moving anyway. You can't use them on Guild Wars, Siege, or Arena defense. It's just too weak, too slow. So, I mean, you're just left with... Arena offense is really good. The Guild Wars one, it's hit or miss, because basically you need that attack buff, and it would be better if you have a follow-up. Because there's no follow-up on its own, because there's only one turn defense break, that makes it harder Guild Wars because you have one less unit to follow up with. And so you probably need attack buff, and then a unit to follow up with, but you don't want the team to be YOLO either. That's why, you know, bring a Wusa, or even brought Galli and Triana. But that's how it goes with this guy. I mean, I still think it's probably the worst LDnat5 in the game. I mean, let me know in the comments if you can think of another unit that you might think is worse. But for the most part, it's this one. Thank you for watching this LPL tree. Have a good night, good day, good whatever. Goodbye.